Good morning, welcome back to another little vlog. We are going to do a bit of a reset for the new year. I'm going to kind of run you through everything that I do in order to reset for the new year, make sure everything's done, and get sorted on a few things. So today we're going to do some of the easier things, and then we'll go back into doing some of the more fun things, I guess. But today is a lot of admin stuff, so highly encourage you to go through your emails and your email subscriptions and delete anything that you don't want to be a part of anymore. And this can be so frustrating, but if you have a Gmail account, it's a lot easier, and I will run you through how to do that. So that is our first thing. We're going to cull a whole bunch of emails. If you didn't need to delete heaps of emails, just delete them. I find it so much easier. But also to manage your subscriptions. The second thing is to delete any photos that you don't need or want. Now, in regards to this, I know it's hard to let go of memories or whatever, but when I look at them, I go, is this a photo or a video that I'm going to look back at some point? Am I honestly going to look back at and be like, oh, remember this? And if it's not, delete it. So if it's a picture of some food that you've gone out with a friend or whatever, do you really need that picture of food? You don't need that. I know it can be a little bit daunting sometimes to go through photos and delete things, but honestly, if you're not gonna look back on it and with a fond memory or oh my gosh, remember that time, then it doesn't matter, just delete it. So I have already done that. I do this if I'm waiting in line for something, if I'm a bit bored one day, I will literally just go through all of my photos on my phone and delete a whole bunch of them. Now, in terms of the photos that I still have on my phone, I will upload them to my laptop and then delete all of those photos from my phone. So I'm starting the new year with a clean slate, with a clean photo album. So that's also the plan for today, is uploading all of those photos to my laptop. If you do post regularly on Instagram, especially your stories, there is an archive. So even if you have memories and stuff like that and photos that you want to delete, but you're not sure one day that you do want to look back on them, but you know that you've posted on your story, there is a whole archive of those photos on your Instagram account. So sometimes I know that I've definitely put something on my story so I can delete the photo, because in the end I can get that photo back through my Instagram account. Anyway, so I will teach you how to go through your emails, but then just another fun little thing that I also can't wait to do today is set up our bedroom. We got a new bed frame this year, and my idea was to make more of our house a bit more of a home and make it more us. There is a lot of stuff and a lot of furniture that we've had for many years that we've need updated. So, and that is mainly our bedroom. So we've got a new bed frame this year, and I just bought some new side tables. So I really want to set those up this year, before the end of the year as well, to just give us a fresh, clean slate. All right, so when you hop into your Gmail account, you will see this sidebar here. So basically you want to go down to more, and you want to go down to manage subscriptions, and then all of your subscriptions will come up here on the side, and you can just unsubscribe, and it's so easy to just do it that way instead. So there are some things that I haven't unsubscribed to that I know that I will still need, but oh my gosh, I cannot tell you how long this list of emails honestly was, and now it's just one page. I've made the first bedside table. I'm on to the second bedside table now. It's starting to look good, and because it looks so nice, I want to make sure we have fresh bedding and everything tonight. So I'll just give you a rundown of what we've got so far. Okay, so these are the drawers that I have. I got them from, where did I get it from? Will & Barrow, I think. They were 100 each, and then plus shipping, of course. And then we have, it's our wedding photo and my vows and then his vows. So I've got to stick his vows back up here. They fell off. In our bed, we got this bed frame, which I love. I have been wanting this type of material for ages, and it's like a little cloud, and it also doesn't have like an end to the bed. So I think that I want to make this one nice. Of course, we've got like a different, this is my silk pillowcase. So I think I will strip the bed and make it like nice and clean. These are our old dresser tables, and these are our new ones, so they're much nicer. I've got to clean up this area, I've got to vacuum everything, and then we'll put like the frames up here. And then I love my salt lamp. I use it for a red lamp, and then he has this gray lamp, but I don't know if we should just get matching lamps and call it a day. Once all of that is done, once we have some new bedding on, we've got the drawers going, I've cleaned up a bit, I think it'll look really, really nice. Okay, I have finally done everything. So I've hung the frame now. Now they like look good. By the way, I totally just eyed this and it's pretty even. And that was just a wing. Anyway, we've got our bedside tables now. I've got the new Gina cover set on. This is just from Big W. I love the look of it. However, the fabric is not the best. So this is not the one that we use that often. It's normally white, but I thought we would have something different. But I'm very, very happy. It looks very nice and fresh and clean for a new year. I'm very excited to have our new drawers, and it's so refreshing going through them and just chucking out a bunch of stuff that we don't use anymore. So anyway, it was fabulous and I really love it, and yeah, brings me joy. All right, so we have come to one of my favorite parts of the year and for resetting, and that is creating my vision board. I absolutely love vision boards. I've been doing a vision board for like ages now. My vision board encompasses all of the things that I would like to do, or like my goals for the year mainly. So we do have a few things on here, and I've just been trying to create it. So what I would normally do is find some photos on Pinterest, print them off, and then like stick them to this wire frame that I had. However, this year I'm thinking about doing something different. So I've pretty much just gone on Canva and created a vision board on here, used one of their free templates, and then just gotten all of the things that I wanted to put on here. Really, I also have a theme that I put into my vision board, whether that's a color scheme or whatever this year. So for next year, I've gone very like natural colors and tones and like beigey vibes. Anyway, but I will walk you through a little bit of that in a moment. But something I think that is absolutely key for a good, not necessarily a good year, but to make sure that you're on track with your life and where you want to be and your goals, is to have a vision board. It's literally just photos that you associate with those things. So I have a lot of goals that I want to achieve next year, but we'll see how we go. But it also just really fun and like creative, and I love it. I've also listed out my goals separately. So once I've figured out how I want to write down these goals and put them in this journal, I've just left them on this Canva spreadsheet. But I am just going to write little details of what I would like to do and achieve in words, because normally when I print off the picture on the piece of paper, I write on the back of it, and obviously I'm not going to be able to write on the back of this. I am just going to get it printed. I think an A4 size will be fine, but maybe an A3 will be good. Anyway, I'll just walk you through it. So yet again, very personal to me. The first thing is I want to do UGC more seriously. So I would love to work with more book brands, fashion brands, skincare brands. I would also love to get paid for doing something creative, whether that is through YouTube or UGC or whatever. Then I also have my vlog camera there, just because this is my creative thing. So I've got all of my creative stuff here. I would love to publish my book next year. That was a goal of mine for this year. However, I just didn't end up finishing my drafts that I had. Then we moved down to like the more spiritual side, which is all this area, which is obviously there's a little baby in there, but not yet. But I just loved that photo. I thought it was really cute. But yeah, we've got like, I really want to increase my prayer life. I would love to like do Bible studies more with my husband,
and connect with him and read more of my Bible. Then if we go up to this section, it is my hobbies. So I want to learn how to crochet next year. I also really want to plant a garden, and then there's this reading. So I would love to spend more time reading. Then we've got my travel bit. I really want to go to Europe next year. In particular, I'd love to go to Paris, London, and Edinburgh, and that is going with a friend. So it's kind of why I have that, but I also have like, this is like spend more time with girlfriends. Then as well, this is like my health. Also, all of this is travel. This is like my health section. So I want to get more into herbal medicine. And then this is like making things from scratch. And then I also have just like health, wellness, Pilates, fitness, whatever stuff there. And then I also want to save a certain amount of money and start investing. So maybe I'll get rid of these two and add 2 more different photos. But yeah, and then so I'm just going to put like some words about each section so then I know what I'm talking about. I also normally get a big planner, and I've been using the Steph Pace planners for the last like 4 years now. This is just her classic planner, which I do love and I find that I get the most use out of. However, I have just been noticing that I'm not using it to its full potential. So I was going to do something a little bit different next year. However, I still would like to have a planner. I did buy this. I also have a journal. Every year I journal. So I also did buy this one, which is apparently a planner. This is from Aldi, but I loved the design. I thought it was really cute and it's really me. So I bought that. It does just have like a day to a page type thing. It's just lined and then it has the dates and that's it. But I kind of love it. So I'm not sure if I'm just going to journal my way through this because there are a lot of things that I would like to keep track of next year. So I think it's going to be more to do with that. So I think in terms of journaling and planning and everything, I think I'm just going to do a bit of a brain dump into this. However, I do love the Steph Pace planners because they have goals and everything for each month. So I would like to create like some sort of insert that I can put into each, like at the start of each week or at the start of every month, just as like a reflection or a recap or something like that. So I'm still trying to figure out how to create that to be able to put it into that journal or planner. I've come home with a bit of a haul for you, which was a lot more than I was expecting, but you know what? I'm not mad about it. So I went in there. The first thing that I did was go look at the like journals and planners and all of that. And I think I found one that I liked. And that is this one here. She is small, she's A5, really beautiful, like beige color. Love this color. All right, so when we open it up, it is like this. So I can add pages. I've actually had a planner like this in the past, somewhere around, I can't remember where I put it, but years and years ago, I had a planner like this, but it was a bit bigger, and now they actually don't sell any of the inserts anymore, which is really upsetting. So we have like the planner section where you can write everything in, and it's not dated, so you can just make it whatever you want. And then at the bottom, it actually says exercise your gratitude and then the water intake. So that's some form of habit that it does have there. And then we also have a tab for to-dos, which is great. And because everything is bound like this, you can just open it up and move it around. So if I have a to-do list and it's a really busy week or something, I can just move it over. So I've got that. And then another section is meetings, which I'm just going to take out entirely because I don't need that. And then we have a lot of notes. So we have a note section, another section, which is like a category, and then another category and another note section at the back. So what I'm thinking is the note sections and the category sections I'm going to use as like my goals, and then I'll do another one for budgeting. So every month I'll just put like the budgeting stuff in there, or like what bills I need to get paid. And again, you can move them to all of the different sections. So I got that because I think it's really easy. And then I also think I can get some more inserts for this type of planner. They did have some inserts while I was there. So I did get this one, which just has like a to-do section, important dates, this month and birthdays. So I think at the start of every month, I can put something like that
in the front section, and then we can go from there. I also just realized it might have other things in it. Now I did get some paper clips, like these really pretty gold paper clips, to just add things to like the top of it, and I can just hook it in, or if I need like to know where I am in the month. I have a lot of stickers. And I have a lot of like planner insert things, like some of the stickers. So we have like meeting times, we also have like to-dos and work, and we have a bunch of like social media ones. I have heaps. There's even more in the current planner that I'm using. So I have a lot of stickers. So I think in order to make it a little bit more me, that planner, I can add some stickers, add some quote cards here and there, all of that. So I think we can have a bit of fun with that. And I think what I'm going to do with my other journal that I showed previously, I think I'm going to use that as like my everything journal, my brain dump journal of like, yeah, sure, my nice journaling, but also like what book I'm reading and like some other like health stuff and whatever. So I think that will be a brain dump journal. And I also got some new nice pens. These are my favorite type of pens, these like felt tip fine liner pens. They're amazing. I did not really want to get these colors. I wanted to get all different colors, but they had like pastels, which were really ugly, and then the other ones were like fluoro, and so I was like, you know what, just let's go safe and let's just get pink and purple and orange. Not really what it was. It's literally called flamingo. Not what I was going for. However, they're nice colors. So I think I'm going to make like a little key somewhere in the planner and add that as well. Just have like different, like each color represents a different thing. Love doing that. I used to do that at like school all the time. For my vision boards, I did print one off as a 3. I am just going to cut it to make it neater. And I think that's going to hang right in my blank wall spot. And then I did print an A4 size as well, just because I really want to cut out some of the things and stick it in my planner as well as like in my journal. So I think that was a wise idea. I think I am done with trying to figure this planner out. Honestly, I am quite happy with how it has turned out. It's not, you know, aesthetically pleasing in the slightest compared to my nice Steph Pays planners, but it will do. I think it will be fine. And I actually had way more tabs than I needed. So yeah, I bought that little thing that said like this month and birthdays and stuff like that. So I put that at the start of every month. However, there was only 5 in the packet, which is really, really annoying. So I'm gonna have to go buy another packet to fill out the rest of the planner. So that's what I've got at the start of every single month. And then it just goes on as normal planner style. And then I've got like a to-do section. I'll flip you around, hold on. So I've popped some quote cards in here, and then at the start of the month we have this section. And then if we flip this over, we have like the key for every day of like what's going to be in there. I think it's pretty good because it's like by the time I write something like that and then, you know, write birthdays or whatever in there, and then if I stick one of the to-do sheets in it as well, I'll just keep them all here until I actually use one, and then I'll pop it back on the page. So we have a to-do section, and then I've got like a little goals section. So I've just put at the title, and then I'm going to write the steps, and then I can like tick it off as I go. And then I've also made a budgeting section. So we have 1 page per month, should be fine, but if I need extra, like there is extra room, so that's good. Yeah, so I've done that, and then I've also got like inspiration, so like YouTube ideas, cafe ideas. I've also got, well, I've got like a bookstagram, where did that go? A bookstagram idea. And then I've decided to keep track of some books, so I've added some fun little stickers to these ones as well, to keep track of books. And then we've just have a random note section that can be used for anything. And then we also have the bigger note section here, which I think I'm just going to do like brain dump, but I can also use these as to-do lists. It's to-do lists if I run out of the actual to-do lists, but I think it's pretty good. I think that will suffice, and I really, really love this color. It does have a pen holder, which is fabulous, so
happy with that.